clicked on the wrong chat then, you know. What's going on? Who we got in here tonight? I was just thinking about you, man. Hope you're well. Yeah. I had to cut the live short, you know, the other day, because I don't know, it was fucking about, it kept freezing, so we're having another go. I've missed the lives, you know what I mean, so yes, Ty, been to any gay bars recently? Nah, I ain't been. Went to one time, and there was this guy at the bar, and he said, "Oh, give me a kiss and I'll buy you a drink," and it was fucking disgusting. It left like a sick feeling in my stomach. That's a true story, that is. Yeah, just chill out in it, just relax. Friday night, so I thought I'd go live. Oi, Rosie Webster. Yeah, she's in the picture, isn't she? You see what I mean? Come on, let's enjoy it. She's quite nice, isn't she? You know Kevin Webster, her dad. Yeah, I've chose some good photos there, you know. Done a good job, Anna. Brilliant AJ. Well, yeah, what do you think of this Chris Eubank Jr. Conor Benn fight? What do you think? It's fake news, isn't it, from Gareth the Arsehole Davis? You know, he's trying to go viral, innit? He's trying to desperately become an international superstar. You know, that fucking Gareth the Arsehole Davis. You know, he always like hijacks people's interviews. You know, when that fucking Kogan interviews somebody. You know, Gareth the Arsehole Davis is always like trying to get in there, innit? He's a failed musician. So he's trying to... Why you got Tommy the Coward Fury up there? It's because he's with that woman, innit? That's the only reason. Believe me. That's the only fucking reason, mate. Have you ever heard of Andrew Schultz? He was interviewing Jake Paul, and I just watched the video. I'm going to do a little reaction video to it, probably in another video, but that Andrew Schultz, he shown clips of what's his name, Tommy Fury, you know, on Love Island, you know, kissing another man. What do you think Tyson Fury thinks about that? You know, his brother Tommy Fury kissing another man, you know, on in fact, I might show you the clip of it. It's a bit fruity, but we'll have a little look at it just to right. Oh, I just dropped my cushion. Jake Paul on, what's it called again? Fragrant Summit. That's the channel. Fragrant. Yeah, we're back on the lives, man. Right, so click on that. Get rid of that woman. She alright or no? She's, what would you say she's, about 3 out of 10? Yeah, that's what I mean, man. Alright then. Can you see this, yeah? You know that program there? I was trying to watch it, but you know these two? You know, the black guy and that guy there, they're not really needed. They don't really contribute anything. You know, there's too much noise, there's too much laughter. So these two fucking useless fuckers here, they will laugh, you know, when Jake Paul's trying to talk and you can't really hear what he's saying. So they're not needed, man. They're not needed. I said it before, just get rid of them. What's that saying? Like, too many cooks spoil the food. Get rid of them. Let me show you this. What do you think? John Fury, a so-called tough gypsy man who poked someone's eye out and blinded him like Gerald McLennan. And Tyson Fury, the heavyweight world champion, thinks of that. What do you think? Fucking hell, I don't know. We're limited, aren't we? You know what we kind of can't say. It's a bit annoying, man. Rest in peace, Tyne's burglar uncle who died in the river. I was at that river the other day, you know, in Nottingham, just reminiscing on my uncle dying in the river. You know, after burgling a house and trying to run away from the police, and trying to swim away from getting locked up. Self-inflicted, innit? Carl Froch gonna deliver them onion rings like how Cesaro delivers Five Guys. He's doing that regularly, isn't he? Cesaro, he's getting paid, man. He's getting paid beyond his talent deserves. What do you think? I want to see him fight Beyonce Wilder. You know what I mean? And get knocked out. I think he'll get laid out by Beyonce. Yeah, I want to see these fights, man. I'm telling you, not really Derek, but like Wilder against Dillian White. You know, we need to see it. I'm too casual in boxing to care about Hellenius and Hergovich and people like that. Babbage. I'm not really. I'm not into him. How much money you have left in your crypto time? I bought 10 grand's worth of Ethereum a couple of days ago because they dropped from like 5 grand to like 1,000. So they dropped from 5 grand to £1,000 in about 6 months. So, you know, there's a lot of room for profit. So I bought 10 of them for £1,000 each. Yeah. So if they go back to like what they was, 5 grand a coin, I would have made 40 grand profit. But I don't want to encourage people, you know. That's why I stopped talking about crypto, innit? Because people were like messaging me, asking me to set them up an account and, you know, asking for my advice, my opinion on this and that, and fucking and then Bitcoin dropped about 50 grand, $50,000 in 6 months. So I'm not encouraging anyone to get involved. I'm just telling you, I bought 10 grand's worth the other day and there's a potential 40 grand profit. So I'm willing to risk losing 10 grand in order to gain 40 grand profit. How does social anxiety affect your life? I used to train in the gym with this guy, yeah. He was a boxer, he was like a journeyman. Black guy, middleweight. And I bumped into him in a shopping centre and he was with his wife. And we started talking and I was sweating like a bitch. It was like sweat dripping off me. I was fucking stuttering. I don't know what happened. And I could imagine him just staring at me, thinking, what's up with this guy? Why is he sweating like this? Why is he fucking stuttering and acting like a hoe? This was years ago, but yeah, that's what I did to Eddie Hearn as well when I met him. I got a bit starstruck, but this weed helps, you know, it really does chill me out. It gets slagged off though, and it weed, but it's got a lot of good effects as well. Just wonder what your amateur record was. Pretty much like my pro record, you know, 50-50. Nothing special, nothing spectacular. I started boxing in Nottingham at 15 years old, but there was no good trainers around, you know, back then. I used to train with Carl Froch and Lee Wood, you know, in the same amateur gym, and I was hitting a bag one time with Carl Froch, who was like sharing a big heavy red bag, and I was tapping it like a bitch, but he was like smashing up the bag, and it left like a big dent in the bag. You know, this was like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. He was still amateur, but the whole gym was staring at him, hitting the bag, smashing it up. So, you know, when he hit George Groves and made him fall on his own leg, there's some serious power behind those punches. What did your little fake lawyer say about your boxing license, Ty? He's put together a little fancy letter, you know, like it's like a legal letter. I don't even know if this guy is a proper lawyer. He might just be like an apprentice, you know, a little trainee, you know, trying to act like he's some big time lawyer. So we'll see, innit? But I want to get back in there. I'm moving to Nottingham, you know, in about 3 days. I feel good, man. What's happening? Who's that? Hex Toys. Give me a nice little 50 quid. That's quite good of him, isn't it? Hex Toys. Wait for the Richard Hart Netflix documentary in December. Crypto won't be the same again. That's what it is, isn't it? It's thanks for the super chat, yeah. What was I gonna say? Warren Buffett, he's probably the 4th richest man in the world, and he said, when people are fearful, be greedy. And when people are greedy, be fearful. So the first part of that is, when people are fearful, when the prices have crashed, be greedy and buy. Yeah? When people are greedy and they've been buying, be fearful. In other words, sell. Like, get out. Be fearful. Because it's going to crash. It's one of them, isn't it? It's crypto's in the mud, so Ty moving back to his mum. I just told you I bought 10 grand's worth the other day of Ethereum, so what happens to Richard Towers as a pro? Could he have done more? Yeah, he boxed, what's his name? Lucas Brown. Richard Towers, I used to train with him. He got locked up for kidnap and torture and drugs. So I think he used to train in the gym when Nassim Ahmed was there, you know, years ago. And he was quite good, Richard, but then I think he got locked up for about 8 years, and he fucking, you know, being in prison, it's good for you in a way. You know, Bernard Hopkins, he was locked up for years and he managed to sustain his career, you know, into his 50s. Because he was in prison, he wasn't drinking alcohol, he wasn't having late nights, you know, he wasn't fucking around. You know, there's probably nothing to do in prison, so you just train all the time, innit? Bernard Hopkins said that he used to run around the prison yard, you know, so people thought he was mental, so they wouldn't rape him. You know, no one used to fuck with him, you know, because he used to act like a madman. Bernard Hopkins. But, you know, Richard Towers being in prison, I don't know, it might have affected him. Because that's 7-8 years of missing out on sparring with Johnny Nelson, you know, who was a world champion. Have you been out with Umar, IFL Umar, recently? I ain't seen him for years. I think Coogan told those other IFL fuckers, to stop talking to me. Because I used to talk to him, Umar, IFL Umar, and that Oscar Bevis. We used to have little chats here and there, but I don't know. I think Coogan banned him, from talking to me and that, so fucking whatever, innit? Did you see Eddie Ernie signing the YouTuber? Isaac Dick, yeah. It's a joke, innit? Isaac Dick. That's immature, man. That's immature, innit? Someone just gave me 50 quid and I didn't really give him a lot of praise, did I? I didn't really fucking talk about him for a long time. Well, I don't know him, do I? I don't know him. Chris Eubank against Conor Benn. Eubank's too big in it, too big, too strong. I don't, you know what I mean? Fucking Eubank, he was like moving around the ring against Liam Williams. It was a bit annoying, but it kind of shows like another little side to him. Because when he first came out, he used to just like throw like a lot of punches. But now he's trying to move around and like do the Ali shuffle. He tried to do that, didn't he? Messing about. That's Roy Jones, isn't it? He's been teaching him some of them fucking moves. So Eubank, I think he'll beat Conor Benn. That's a good question, from Luke Mason. I'd like to see you on one of the up-and-coming DAZN YouTuber cards that KSI is doing. I reckon you'd beat most of the YouTuber fighters out there. That is it. This is what I mean. I want to fight again, yeah. And I'm not just talking. I'm taking steps, towards like getting there. I'm moving into this house in Nottingham in 3 days. I've got a little dead-end job as well, part-time. In Nottingham, so I'm fucking relocating. IFL TV versus the YB bitch. He won't fight, man. He's got a bun, hasn't he? He's got a man bun. He's got one of them fucking silly little fucking, things on him. He's got a man bun. That's why he went on camera for years. You know what I mean? He was trying to hide that fucking stupid man bun, but what's the dead-end job time? Hopefully not Amazon. It's not too far away from Amazon. It is dead-end, but it's only like 20 hours a week. I need a bit of structure, otherwise I'll be like drinking like every fucking day, like all day. Smoking weed. Where's that spliff? Where's that spliff? I had a couple of spliffs. This is the weed box. Can you see that? Yeah, can you see it? That's the weed box. But it's all leaves, and stems. It's not the real thing, but you think of my photo selection? Who's the nicest here? Like, what do you think? Rosie Webster. You know, her dad, Kevin Webster, he molested, allegedly, 19 people. So if that's your daughter, and you're tuning into these dead lives on a Friday night at 12 a.m, and you got a daughter like that in the other room who's asleep, what do? Do you do a Kevin Webster or not? I agree with that. I agree with it, man. I just think real boxing. Dennis McCann, who's that? I don't really know who that is. He's fighting tomorrow, but did you watch the Jake Paul Hasim Rahman Jr. press conference? I didn't watch all of it. I watched a little clip of it, and it looked like that Hasim Rahman was outdoing Jake Paul, you know, at his own game, you know, talking to him and that, like over talking him, out talking him, you know, and that's Jake Paul's forte, innit? So that Hasim Rahman guy, he should call Jake Paul a rapist, I think. You know, after that little fake rape accusation. You know, George Foreman. Some woman's come out and said that he fucking raped her like 40 years ago. 40 years ago she's coming out. 40 years later she's coming out. Why didn't you fucking say something 40 years ago? You know what I mean? You're waiting for him to sell all these fucking grills and make that serious cash. And then you want to come out the woodwork. Now he sold a load of grills. He said that he made more money from selling grills than he did from fighting. You know, and he boxed Ali, didn't he? So yeah, shout out to George Foreman. These women need to get punished. They need to suffer some kind of consequence, you know, for making up these little fake rape claims. They've got to suffer, man. They've got to. Otherwise, there's no incentive to stop doing it, if you know what I mean. What? Because even if George Foreman gets found not guilty, or it doesn't even go to court, we'll still look at him as a rapist. Fucking hell. He's got about 10 sons, George Foreman, and he's called them all George. So he's a bit arrogant, isn't he? He's a bit like controlling. He's a bit of a control freak. He's a bit arrogant, isn't he? He's got a big ego. So you don't know what happened. He might have done it. Don't forget a tour of your flat before you leave. Be safe. Yeah. We'll get some behind the scenes footage of this little fucking 1-bedroom flat in the middle of nowhere in Sheffield. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it, but we're moving in about 3 days. You know that Indian family who live next door to me? They've got a little cat. and it's a nice little cat. It's cute. I love cats, innit? So sometimes I stroke the cat, yeah, and this fucking Indian woman, she's like looking out the window at me like, oh, don't touch my cat. You know, Indians, they keep themselves to themselves, don't they? So this fucking Indian woman, she don't want me to touch her cat. This area is fucking hostile, mate. It's fucking hostile. They're going to cook the cat, lad. What, because they're Indians? That's a bit racist, isn't it? That's a bit fucking racist. I feel sorry for the next person in your house walking on your spit. I'm renting it out to a woman. And I might have to put this camera in the fucking bathroom, you know. But it's too obvious. This camera's too big. Too big, too strong. It's too big. The camera's about that big. I need a little spy cam. I used to go in town, you know, and interview people on a drunken Saturday night, and the police turned up and kind of said to me, don't do it again. But I want to do it because I enjoyed it, but it's like I'm a bit on edge now. And when I'm holding a phone in a fucking woman's face, it's not real, is it? So they're gonna pussy out. He's Dominic Ingle on the juice. I suppose I can slag him off, you know, because I'm not really in the gym anymore. I'm moving to Nottingham, so I could, you know, make up little rumours and that, but it's not me. It's not. I don't know. So what if he is anyway? What does that mean? What's the matter? I'm smoking weed here. I'm on the drugs. It's going down nicely, you know. It's good to go live again. I kind of missed the lives, you know what I mean? I tried to go live the other day and it was just fucking just dead. It kept freezing. Yeah. So what I did is I downloaded some antivirus software and it's cleaned out the computer. So according to Google, you know, viruses, they like slow down the Zach Evans. What do you think of men who pay for gay escorts? Be safe. I don't want to think about it. You don't have to pay for gay escorts because obviously, like, men are more open sexually, aren't they? If I was gay, I could go to a gay bar in Sheffield and bang a man, 100%. But if I go to a normal bar and I try and bang a woman, it's not guaranteed. So men are more promiscuous, aren't they? We produce like millions of sperm every minute. You know, women, they ovulate every month. So as men are more sexual than women. So you don't have to pay for escorts if you're gay. Would you rather be with a nice white woman with a bald head or a nice black woman with a full head of hair? Black women, they're not for me at all. I'm telling you, if there was one stood there naked, I wouldn't be aroused at all. Seriously. You know what I mean? It's just a fact, innit? That fucking guy tried to do a video about me, calling me racist towards blacks. You know, because I say the black quitter, and the black lesbian, and the black skeleton. What else? the black nerd. You remember Wingy Boxing Wingy? But like Dave Allen calls himself the White Rhino. Roger Mayweather used to call himself the Black Mamba. So it's this guy, he's got a chip on his shoulder. You know, he's pulling out the black card, innit? He's trying to, the black painter and decorator as well. I forgot about him. Turning his back on the action. Ungrateful fucker, innit? The black painter and decorator. I've had about 10 cups of tea today, you know. You know, just sat here like this. And I was a bit down, but you know, since I've started like having a bit of rosé and a bit of weed, I feel better. I know you like Tupac. Why is he the best artist of all time? I don't know, he had range, didn't he? He had like a range of kind of topics. You know, 1 minute he's talking about, what's that song called when that fucking black woman threw her kid in that garbage? I don't know, he was just deep. That's the point I'm trying to make. Yeah. He had range. Dear Mama, that was a song about his mum, wasn't it? Brenda's got a baby, yeah, that's, come on man. How can I forget that fucking, that's when the black woman threw a little kid in the trash. Stupid, man. Do you lot smoke weed as well? I don't know if I'll be able to smoke and box at the same time, if you know what I mean, because this fucks up your lungs. And if I bumped into Carl Froch and Lee the Alcoholic Froch in Nottingham, this guy gave me 50 quid, you know. It's good to be live again. It's good to be live. Did you watch my other video the other day? What was it about? Lawrence Huckoli. Are you the boss of the Bestwood cartel? Bestwood, that's in Nottingham, isn't it? Nah, I was reading about them the other day though. I like reading about murder and rape and fucking watching these serial killer documentaries. Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, meeting up with a few gay people in a bar and then taking them back and drugging them and cutting their heads off. Putting their heads in the fridge. How is that not interesting? And then fucking their headless bodies. It's fucking interesting, isn't it? I like watching that kind of stuff. You know, listening to boxers talking about their training camps. It's not interesting, is it? It's dead, man. Dead. Tying your chins like a speed bag. Yeah, I don't get that fucking... You put on weight again. You're not going to the gym again. You know what? I crashed my car into a lamppost. It cost about £1,000 to fix it up, so I thought, fuck it, I'm not going to drive. I'm just going to stay in and record YouTube videos and edit them, and you know, really put a bit of effort into the channel. Just stay in. So I stay in. I ain't got a car, so it's like, you know, to stand at the bus stop, it's a bit demoralising. I seen Johnny Nelson drive past, you know, when I stood at a bus stop one time. And it's not a nice feeling, you know, when people... That's why I didn't let Cal Brook in here. You know, when he asked if he could come round, and I invited him round, and I kind of made him wait outside in his car, you know, his fancy car. He had a nice fancy black Range Rover. So I just fucking kind of made him wait outside. I notice you making decent videos with a bit of effort. 100, yeah. These lives are okay, I enjoy them, but they're dead. It's just nothing. It's just a load of nothingness, isn't it? So I try and do like normal videos, you know, put in a bit of effort and stuff like that. Mix up the photos and that. What do you think of those photos there? You're getting bored of them. You're getting a bit sexually stale. Rosie Webster. She's your daughter, yeah? She's in the next room asleep. Or out cold drunk. You're horny. Is Tim Westwood guilty? Or the DJ? Yeah, the DJ got accused of what George Foreman's been accused of. So I don't know. You have to kind of take it with a pinch of salt, because it's just accusations in it at this stage. But you know, Tim Westwood, he would have got a load of pussy, you know, thrown at him, because he used to be a DJ, you know, in the clubs where all the women are drunk. He was a bit of a celebrity, you know, back in the days. I used to work in a club here doing security. I remember one time this woman, like, she like tried to get in. And I said, hold on a minute, I need to check your ID. She showed me her ID. And then she said, don't worry, I haven't got any coke on me either. And she like pulled her top down, you know, so I could see like under her bra and her tits and that. Like, it's mad. Because like women stash cocaine, you know, in their bras, you know, because they know they're not going to get searched there. So this woman like pulled her top down on her bra, you know, and said, look, I haven't got any coke. So that Tim Westwood, he would have experienced that all the time. So I don't think he did rape the woman. But then R. Kelly, he had money, didn't he? He was famous and he still did it, so I think it's more of a control thing. Did Big George do it? Did he grill those ladies? I don't know, like I just said, you know, he's got 10 kids and he's called them all George, which is mental. So when he shouts George, they're not going to know who the fuck he's talking about. You might have nicknames for him, but I'm just saying, calling all of your sons George and you're called George, it's a bit arrogant and it shows you've got a big fucking ego. So he might have fucking done it, George Foreman. Just chucking a few theories out there. Have you seen the Staker app? That's Hex Toys who gave me 50 quid. Yeah? Jermaine Pennant. Fucking hell, that's my cousin. He was a Premiership footballer. And I used to envy him. He was so popular, you know, in school and in the area that we're from in Nottingham. He was like, he got all the pussy. And this girl used to live opposite me. And I used to see Jermaine Pennant going into her house, you know, to bang her. And I used to be so fucking jealous. Because she was like the nice girl in the area. And she was about 2 years older than me and Jermaine. We were like 14, so she was like 16. Yeah, I was a bit... Just spilled a bit of rosé on my chest. This is good, isn't it? I enjoy this. I've kind of missed the lives. When was the last time I did a live? I think it was about a week ago, 2 weeks or something like that. Westwood on some baby thing. Yeah, come on. It was 30 years ago. Just leave it, innit? Just fucking leave it. You know, you should have made a little claim back then. It's too late. You've missed the boat. You've fucking missed out. What was that footballer from Sheffield who fucking got falsely accused of rape and he got locked up? Ched Evans. And then they did a bit of research, you know, found out that she was fucking lying. You know what I mean? It's fucking stupid, man. Would you fight Decker Heggie for $5,000? I don't know who that is. Stop deleting your lives for fuck's sake. I don't. Well, like I said, the last time I tried to go live, it kept freezing. I think I had a virus, you know, on my laptop. So I downloaded some antivirus and I took the battery out, or took the back of the laptop off. I got a toothbrush and I started like scraping away, you know, at the fan, because there was a load of dust in it. So I cleaned out the fan because the laptop was overheating. And what was your question? Stop deleting your lives. Yeah, I just deleted the ones that froze. You know, because I think I had a little virus. But it seems to be running smoothly today, so it's good news. People love fucking beef, don't they? I'm still obsessed with the Tupac and Biggie beef. You know, from 30 years ago, I still watch like interviews about people who were in the car with fucking whoever shot Tupac. forgot who it was. I think he was called Orlando Anderson. This Crip, I'm really interested in those stories, you know, from 30 years ago. Yeah, beef. I mean, he's blind. He's fucking pretty much vegetated. So of course I'd fight him. But you know, him back in his day, Gerald McLennan, he would have done me in. I've got to be honest. Yeah, he would have done me in. But I never really got going in boxing. I was doing well early on, and then I just got into like rose. I got into posse. I got into partying and just, you know, that life. Not 40 years old at all. Krugan's 42. What do you think of that? Krugan Cassius Ramanathan. Ramanathan. That's a gay name, innit? So when I start saying that in my videos, yeah, Krugan, he watches every single one of my videos. And he like rang me and he said, you know all this Ramanathan stuff, I don't get it. So I said, what do you mean you don't get it? I said, it's a gay name, innit? Ram-A-Nathan. Ram as in fuck, A, Nathan. Yeah? A man called Nathan. Oh, fucking hell. It's a gay name, man. It's a gay name, but he didn't want to accept it. He was trying to make out like it didn't make sense, you know, hoping I would drop it in my videos, but I just kept it going. Ram-A-Nathan. Krugan's hiding in the chat and would you fight Andrew Tate? What do you mean? What, in boxing? Yeah, he's a kickboxer, isn't he? So yeah, I'd fight him in boxing. But I watched a video of him dissing True Geordie the other day. They were like having a little back and forwards, and it was quite interesting. I should have done a review of it. Yeah, a review. Oh, True Geordie gave me £100, didn't it? Would you have accepted an invite to Epstein's Island? Yeah, 100%. I would have gone, man. I would definitely have gone if I got that invite. Get involved. I ain't banged a woman for about a month. And it was a bit degrading as well. So I just fucking pulled out after about 4 pumps. Got dressed and just left. I thought, nah, this ain't for me. I need to step up, man. I've got a YouTube channel. I need to be... You know, Andrew Tate is doing well and he's fucking... Been watching a few of his videos. I used to lay in bed and try and count how many women I banged, but I lost count after about 40 or 50. You know what I mean? I used to do well sexually back in the days. You know, when I used to box, I had like a little sex appeal about me. Because I used to do little videos of me in shape. You know, before the fucking double chin started to kick in. I used to pretend I was Kel Brook as well, you know, on dating apps. I used to have his photos up there. Did you watch True Geordie podcast with Chris Jericho? I thought he died. Didn't he kill himself and his wife and kids? There was a wrestler who like killed himself in it because his wife was going to leave, so he killed her first and then murdered the kids. Sure, that's his name. No, that's Chris Benoit, isn't it? Yeah, you fucking. She was gonna leave him, so he like killed her and killed the kids. You know, he was really into her. My dad used to stalk my mum. My mum kicked my dad out of the house, yeah, because he was really negative. So she kicked him out and he used to come round at night and like look through the windows, you know, trying to see what my mum's up to. So, you know, seeing that as a kid, I grew up and like went the opposite way. My dad used to cry, you know, on the doorstep, you know, when my mum kicked him out. I used to see that as a kid and think, oh, I can't do that. Can't do that. How long has it been? 55 minutes, 54 minutes, yeah, I'll give it 5 minutes. It's good to be back, to be honest. This has been the highlight of the day. What did I do? I got up, had some cornflakes, watched some YouTube videos. KSI. I might go to his fight, you know, in August. I wish I had the guts to like go up to him and just slap him, you know, KSI. And just get a load of fucking attention from me and go viral. I just haven't got the courage, you know, or I don't know if it's courage. I don't know what it is. Aldi brand cornflakes, nah, the real ones, real. I went to Aldi the other day though to try and buy some cheap Echo 4s. You see this bottle here? This bottle was like £6, but there was like a little fake equivalent in Aldi, you know, for £3. Would you plough Savannah Marshall? Plough? You mean banger? Yeah. I was talking to this guy the other day, yeah, and he said he wouldn't fuck Sky Nicholson. Do you know what I mean? This guy's from the Boxing Social YouTube channel, and he said he wouldn't fuck Sky Nicholson. You know what I mean? That's weird, man. That's crazy, isn't it? You should do one of your spits at KSI instead of punching him. Yeah. That's what I mean though, you know what I mean? Remember Cesaro when he spat at Klitschko? And he's lost 12 fights, that guy. I think I'm better than him, Cesaro, pound for pound, but he's got the gimmicks, hasn't he? You know, the fucking throwing tables and that, Dillian White and that. Going up to Baby thing. Saying, tell your brother not to threaten my life. That was a great video, that. I might have to play it, you know, to end. Should I play it? Would you slap dead G for the hype? I don't know, it's not what I'm about. You know, when you see boxers like pretending to hate their opponents, you know, in interviews and stuff like that, and press conferences, it's cringe. They don't even know them and they just make out like they hate them. And you don't know them. We can see straight through you, man. Do a documentary like Louis Theroux. Yeah. It's been alright, hasn't it, this live? It's been a bit dead, but it's been good as well, if you know what I mean. It's good to be back. We're all waiting to die, aren't we? So we're just trying to pass a bit of time on a Friday night. We should be out there. We should be fucking... I think it's been a bit smooth today. I thought the internet would cut out again. But it's been quite smooth. It's good to be back. You know, when I used to box and I would go like 6 months without having a fight, I'd fucking be going mental. You know, because I only used to get about $1,000 a fight. It's like we're all little fake mates, you know what I mean? I'm starting to fucking recognise some of you lot from your names, you know, in the chat. So it's like we're a little group of little fake mates. Elle Brock getting her onion ring smashed by Carl Froch. Yeah, someone told me to check her out. Some of you people message me on Instagram, you know, telling me about these people, like Ellie Brook. And you've asked me to do a video about it. I don't know who she is as of yet, but we're going to look into it. Ring James Helder and ask him about Cougs. No, I can't do that. Because when I met up with James the other night and we were having a little drink, I told him that I recorded my phone conversation with Nassim Hamed's brother. That was on loudspeaker. And James was like, oh, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. That's fucked up. That's not the right thing to do. Don't do it. So if I did it to him, James Helder, you know, he's already been through a rough patch, hasn't he? You know, Coogan robbing him. And James was crying in a bar, you know, when we was in a bar together, and he was talking about Coogan. So yeah, it's a bit. Shall I wrap it up then? It's been an hour. Just enjoying it. Wasn't Jermaine Pennett's dad a bad crackhead? Always in the papers selling stories on him. Yeah, his dad was on drugs and heroin, but if I had a week to live, I'm trying heroin, 100%. My dad had cancer because he used to go to McDonald's every night, you know, and eat chicken nuggets, and they're just filled with crap. So my dad, yeah, he had about 2 weeks to live, and he spent those last 2 weeks watching Gogglebox, which is a waste, isn't it? But I think he thought he would get over the cancer because he started going to like illegal doctors. Have you ever heard of Dr. Sebi? He was like a non-qualified doctor who cured a lot of AIDS patients, you know, by giving them like organic supplements or medication or whatever, you know, and they fucking took him to court, you know what I mean? Yes. And they say that they murdered him, you know, the government, because he was potentially like getting people to stop spending like billions of pounds, you know, on like medication from like pharmacies and that. You know, if it's whatever, what's that saying? They create the problem to sell the cure. Well, I don't want to get too deep in it. I don't want to get shut down. I'm getting some good super chat money. Thanks for the super chats, everyone. Yeah, someone gave me 50 quid earlier. You know what I mean? It's a nice bag. Are you a beta male? That means I'm a bitch. I'll I'm a bitch. I'm unbeaten in the streets. I'm 7-0. How many knockouts? Knocked out that woman. That woman. I didn't knock her out. I just fucking kicked her in her ribs. 7-0. Probably 5 knockouts. So I won't say I'm a bitch male, beta male. I'm going to get back in the boxing ring, you know, and fight. Because the highlight of my career is getting beat by Eubank. So I want to try and create a new highlight, if you know what I mean. No one in my family knows about any of my fights other than me getting beat by Chris Eubank Jr. by TKO. Tiny, spit in your mum's house? Nah. I don't spit in there, I don't fucking wank. I've never had a wank in me, even though I feel like it. Oh, I need a piss, man. Can you not see my dick? I'm gonna fucking delete this video anyway. It's fucking going too far, man. It's going too far. Oh, shit. Can you hear that piss? Yeah, that's a big piss, you know. I'm pissing in an empty Volvic bowl of flavoured water. What happened? really a gimmick. It's what I do. It's what I do off camera as well as on. Nice what? Laser video type. What's he saying here? I don't know what he's saying. Would you go on Love Island? Nah. Did you lot watch this live from the beginning? I basically shown like a little fucking clip of you know, Tommy Fury doing that. It's like you have to sell out, innit? They get you running around on your fucking hands and knees like a dog, eating dog food, you know, just to try and get entertainment. So nah, I'm not into all that. I'm not into all that shit at all. Hold on a second, let me try and fucking... Yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going to record these videos, you know, when I move in 3 days. I'm going to have to sort it out, because this camera is on an ironing board. There's an ironing board. I'm going to do a behind the scenes before I leave this fucking shit out. What was I just talking about? Time, what was Uzi Ahmed like in real life? You know how I said before that my family know my boxing career is getting beat by Eubank. Uzi Ahmed is known to me for having bad breath. And I used to tell him all the time, I used to say like, bro, you need to sort that out, bro. I'm telling you. I'm trying to help you out here. I brush my tongue. You know, when I brush my teeth, I like brush my tongue. Sometimes I go too far back and I feel like throwing up, but they say all the dirt is on your tongue. I bought this dentist woman around here one time. She offered dating up, and she was a dentist, innit? And she told me that the germs are on your tongue. That's where the most germs are, and your fucking arsehole. This guy, fucking hell. My pal from school had a kid with his missus. He said he doesn't change his kids' nappies in case his inner demons come out force. That's some Krogan thing, innit? Trying to talk about Eddie Earn and these demons again. we all look at Eddie Earn, you know, we're a bit like, probably a bit jealous, innit? Because he's got money, he's fucking whatever. You know, when he says, oh, I hated it as a kid, you know, being looked at as Barry Earn's son, because I never got any credit, because people would say, oh, you only done that. I fucking love it. What was I saying about Eddie Earn? You remember Nassim Ahmed's brother saying that he was a bit depressed as a kid because he was only known as being Nasser's brother. Do you think the same applies with Eddie Earn? I don't care, it's rich man problems, innit? We don't give a fuck. Conor versus Chris Eubank Jr. Yeah, I think Eubank beats him. I do. I don't rate Conor Benn. I don't know. Beating up dietitians, you know, like that Chris Algieri and fucking the other guy. I don't rate him. He's got a few tattoos, you know, and his dad's Nigel Benn, so he's getting a bit of attention, but I don't rate him. Update on Phelps's OnlyFans. I know that was a flop, wasn't it? That was a fucking absolute flop. You know, we're putting on Twitter every minute. I've got a big announcement, June the 1st. Yeah. Only 3 days left until my big announcement, you know, and then she makes a little stupid announcement. And she's going to be doing podcasts, you know, on OnlyFans, you know, having a little chat with her clothes on. We've been seeing that for years for free on your fucking YouTube channel. Why would we pay? You know, and it's died down, hasn't it? No one's talking about it anymore. Well, I am, but you know what I mean? And she's going in that little cornhole league, you know, that American cornhole league, and it's basically like fucking golf. You know, a little stupid little what? It's not even worth talking. It died out anyway. Her big announcement, so. It's good to see, and it was a flop. I didn't hear any good fucking reviews of her announcement. You should go to Amsterdam for a couple of days, mate. Do some vlogs. That would be good content, goldmine for your audience. I know. So true, innit? It's so true. It's really true. We love to see people fail. I know, we love it. And if I had a heart attack and fucking died on this live, it would go viral, wouldn't it? But you know, True Geordie giving me £100. He didn't get any fucking hype. Yeah, I bought a KSI bandana. Yeah. Fuck you know. Shall I end it? 1 hour 20 minutes. Why did you lose your area title fight to a bum? I know, I fucked up in boxing. Really messed up. The highlight is the Eubank defeat. So I've got a bit of a chip on my shoulder, you know, like Eddie Earn says that he's got. Because he used to like drive around. You know, when he was 18, his dad gave him a Bentley. And Eddie Earn, he says in interviews now that he had a chip on his shoulder because people would say, you've only got that Bentley because your dad gave it you. You know, you haven't earned it, you haven't worked for it. So Eddie Earn says he's got a chip on his shoulder because of that, but we're not fucking bothered about his little rich man problems, are we? I've got a video coming up about Jake Paul dissing Eddie Earn's wife. Stay tuned, yeah. He's got one of them stupid man buns, hasn't he? Wrap it up, man. Wrap it up. There's still like over 600 people in the fucking live, man. What are you doing? What are we doing with our lives? It's 12:30 on a Friday night. We should be out and about, man. Why did you get banned from boxing, mate? I wrote a few dodgy tweets. Some boxer got murdered. Fuck yeah, I don't want to talk about it. It's fucking negative. I'm trying to get my license back. I've got a little... Oh, shit. Look at that. 700 low lives. Yeah, thanks for that. Man like Billy Joe Sausages tagging you on Instagram earlier saying you had no driving license or insurance. Yes. I used to live that life. I used to drive around without insurance. I used to think I was a gangster. I used to love Snoop Dogg. You know, back in the days, I used to think I was a Crip. Fucking, I'm so glad there was no social media, you know, back in the days. When I thought I was a Crip. You know what I mean? I would have been 14 years old, you know, doing all these little silly gang signs and that. It's mad. You know, caught on camera, it's... Yes, what did he say? Old mate says last video was classic type. Yeah, trying to get back to the older type videos, you know what I mean? Because these lives are just fucking, they're enjoyable at the time, but you know, afterwards, like the day after, I just think, no, get rid of it. Get rid of it. How close did you come to getting a promotional deal with a big promoter? I was probably 3 rounds away from getting signed by Mick Hennessy, who was promoting Junior Witter at the time, who was a world champion. And Junior Witter said to Mick Hennessy, check this guy out. You know, talking about me. You need to keep your eye on him. You know, he's got a lot of potential. So, I boxed on a Carl Froch undercard in Nottingham, yeah. It was basically like the Eubank fight. I did well at first, and then I just got tired and got fucking laid out. But you know, because I got laid out, you know that fat cunt Mick Hennessy, he didn't want anything to do with me. I got about £1,500 as well. You know, for nearly getting murdered. Let me just finish this last spliff and then I'll just fucking head to town, I think. These lives are like your fights, good for the first 9 minutes and then shite after that. I disagree. I'd say this live was shite from the beginning. You know, once you've got over those fucking women in the photos. Who you knock out? Oh, for fuck's sake. Damn, man. Send it again, innit? Because, who you knock the F out in Amazon warehouse? Cause, seriously, I was going to have a fight with this fucking African security guard. Some Africans don't like mixed race men or women. Fucking. Oh, dear me. Who wins, you versus Top G Andrew Tate? I'm going to start doing videos about that Andrew Tate, you know. You know what I mean? I'm going to start doing videos on him, I think. Step it up. Expand. I like people like him, Dan Bilzerian. Fucking... Why am I still talking? Why am I still live? Why is there still over 600 people in here? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you enjoying those photos of Rosie Webster, yeah? From Coronation Street. That's why I need to try and become like Dead G. Or KSI or one of those other sidemen fuckers. I need to try and step it up. So what's the next step, you know, to take me up a few levels? Oh, I'll probably have a little boxing match. Obviously. You know, when I go to town and there's a fight, all the women are stood there staring at the fight. You know David Attenborough? Got another bottle here as well. Fucking forgot about that. It's gonna get messy. It's gonna get messy, man. R.I.P. the pimple on Tyne's nose. I know, I seen it earlier. I dropped out of college when I was 17 because I had a load of spots, on my forehead. When you're at that greasy age and you start getting a lot of spots, I dropped out of college, That's a bitch move. That is some baby thing. Do you know what I mean though? I've been drinking tea all day. Yorkshire tea. But as soon as I cracked open a bottle and fucking had a few spliffs, I feel so much better. It's interesting, isn't it? Those Indians, they used to fucking chew leaves. Back in the day, they used to chew leaves and just go on a high, and it's natural, man. It's a nice little buzz. Man's called Tyrone Booth as well, Man's putting a bit of effort on it. That's what Billy Joe Sausages called me, Tyrone Booth. When he was getting interviewed by Michelle Hall Phelps. That Canelo payday, it kind of took his mind off my name. Did you mean to headbutt Cello Render? Yeah, that's the fight I got disqualified in, I think. Yeah, because at that point in my career, I'd kind of gone downhill so much that I had to just try and do something else, and I headbutted him. Tried to elbow him. Mike Tyson used to throw that hook, and he'd follow through with the elbow. You know what I mean? That guy who headbutted Mayweather, what's his name? Ortiz. Trying to get the edge. That's what I did. So I got disqualified, and yeah, it was just a terrible career overall. So I need a new highlight. That's why I'm gonna box again. Got half a spliff left. Make it good. Make it a good one. What did this guy say? Luke Mason. He's already given a little super chat on it. Giving another one. I think it would be funny watching you do reactions while watching other videos, like the best of Andrew Tate or breaking down fights. Yeah. I did a little Andrew Tate watch along the other day. On my live about 2 weeks ago. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. But I know what you mean. Man. Because I just watched the video of Jake Paul saying that Eddie Hearn's wife is average. So that's a fucking good video topic. 100%. me just read this out. This is quite a good little comment. Time, when are you finding people to be your sidemen? Can I be your main guy, like the little Muslim? That's what I mean though. I need to form like groups, like the sidemen and beta squad. But you know, here I don't know anybody like where I've lived for the past 10 years. I only moved here to box, innit? So I used to train, and then because I used to train hard, I was tired, so I just come back here. I don't know any of my fucking neighbours. There's a little Indian family there, but Indians keep themselves to themselves, don't they? So I don't know anybody around here, but you know, in Notts, where I'm from, like, I know loads of people, so I'm going to try and get them to do a little podcast with me as well, and YouTube videos. Have you ever heard of Jordan Peterson and Alex Jones and Russell Brand? I know a guy who's like those three, you know, rolled into one. You see that photo of Kim Kardashian, yeah? She's had a lot of surgery. So, like, you know, if you've got a daughter and she's looking at her on Instagram every day and she's had surgery and she's photoshopped, you know, your little daughter, she might become a bit, like, depressed, you know, because she hasn't got that body. There's a lot of suicides going on, you know what I mean? So you have to kind of watch. So tempted to see me getting TKO'd by Eubank. I've never seen it. Never. But I'm kind of tempted. It's like a car crash, isn't it? You know, people are fucking mangled. Right, I've just seen a couple of good questions here. This one says, would you let Baby Ting manage you? He's got a company, a management company called Black Box Management. And I don't think he just signs up like boxers. I think he signs up musicians and, you know, little football players and that. So, what was the other question? So yeah, he's left me a voice message, Baby Ting. So I need to listen to it. Yeah, because he's got a few shows coming up. I watched the interview of him the other day, and he might be offering me like a slot, you know, on one of his shows, but I need to know that I'm going to sell tickets, because if I just go on the show and I have to pay the opponent about $1,000 and I have to pay a little corner man, you know, I don't want to fucking... You did well for a bit. Let's do it. Some of these guys, yeah, there's a guy called Aiden. There's a guy called Gideon. And these fuckers are doing like well, yeah. And they stream for like 3 hours. So, you know, this live, I'm feeling like it's too long, but Right, Chris Eubank Jr. versus Time Booth Wayne. I'll show you my pants. Yes, that's on Primark thing. That's disgusting. Like, you can't see my bell end because I was so broke back then. I got like $2,000 for that fight with Eubank. Chris Eubank nearly killed Nick Blackwell, and I'm getting $2,000. Fuck you. Look at that. That's mad. Touching my dick as well. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Eubank's been a diva, you know, taking a while to come out and that. I want a rematch. Look, there's my bell end. He's in good shape. Shit. You see how there's a distance between us? I don't do face-to-faces with men that fucking close, yeah? So you see the gap, there's a gap in there, like. But basically, this fucking Eubank Jr., he said to me, you better come with a plan B because your plan A isn't going to work because you're not going to outbox me. So I said to him, like, I'm going to do to you, yeah, what Johnny Nelson did to your dad all those years ago in sparring. You know what I mean? And fucking whatever. He got the last laugh, didn't he? You know, he's hanging around with a footballer called Neymar. You know, and Dan Bilzerian and fucking... who else? I love these lives. I could do them every day, I think. But I feel like I need a drink, you know, to do them. So I can't drink every day. I'm trying to fucking get back in the ring. Would you lot like to see me get knocked out? I see some of you lot talking shit. When trash talk goes wrong. So you're saying I was trash talking Eubank. Yeah, backfired in a way. Do some coke next time, that's it. Or do I need to go corporate? Do I need to try and target JD Sports? Or fucking... Have you ever heard of a guy called Chunks? You know, some fat Somalian guy. I see him on billboards and fucking advertisements. He's corporate. I don't know if I need to be a bit more corporate. Yep. You either get a brand deal with JD or sniff a load of coke. What are you saying? Are you asking me what I prefer to do? You either get a brand deal with JD or sniff a lot of coke. Why can't I do both? I can do both, man. I can sniff coke behind the scenes. What are you saying? I don't understand what you're saying to me, man. Yeah, this is fucking stupid, man. Go to your bed, mate. Probably got shut down, to be honest, because Nance cut him off financially. Cut him off after 20 years of giving him fucking handouts. He cut him off, so he probably couldn't afford to keep running the gym. So a few fighters that I bumped into that he used to train, they've said that the gym's shut down. You have to be your own fucking man, you know what I mean? Do something yourself, innit, instead of trying to live off your brother. Oh, for fuck's sake. Where's my fucking mic? I'm tripping. Come on, man. So are the wires. Check, check, check. Alright, let's get this going, man. Yeah. Hide the double chin. So does that look alright, gangster? I used to wish I was a Crip. I used to wish I was a fucking Compton Crip. You know what I mean? Hide my double chin. That looks alright, don't it? That's decent. That's decent. That's decent, man. What's going on here? Just finish this bottle and then just end it. That's mad, isn't it? You know, all the talking that Chris Eubank Senior's done over the years, and his fucking son. They've conveniently fucking not mentioned Chris Eubank Senior fucking crashing into somebody and murdering. He kept that quiet, didn't he? Eubank Senior and his son. Bring it up. Why didn't Coogan bring it up? There's nearly 700 fucking lowlifes watching this shit. Dead. I like it, you know what I mean? This is why I want to be rich. I want a big cellar full of rosé, yeah? I want a load of fucking weed in another room. I want a boxing gym in another room, yeah? I want a fucking bed. And just have women in and out. That's the life I want to live. That's why I want to be famous. But then I don't, if you know what I mean. Because then you get those little fake George Foreman rape accusations thrown at you, don't you? You know, because George Foreman has sold a load of grills. You know, you lot, you're fucking talented, but you're also fucking... I'd say English did it best. Yeah, he fucking... That guy died, didn't he? Who he crashed into, but the other guy was paralysed. But I think he's alright now. And he got a load of compensation, you know, from Nas, because Nas is worth £40 million. Yeah? So... He might be doing better now. He has been paralysed than before. Have you lost money in crypto time? Depends how you look at it. I kind of lost money when I bought crypto and the price crashed. But it's a long story. I get about £300 a week interest because I bought this thing called a stable coin. It's a long story. But I get £300 a week interest. Yeah? Hold on a minute. Yeah, I get interest of £300 a week, you know, on some of my crypto deposits. So it's like, I think it's... This guy's timelines are fucked. This was fucking 20 years ago, mate, that he killed somebody. Seb Eubank's only just died, hasn't it? So it's, you know, your fucking timeline's all over the place, man. I should have ended it an hour ago and done another one straight after. You know, to try and milk the ad revenue. One day I'm going to give you lot some cash, you know, and turn it around. You know, when I get to a certain amount of cash, I'll do like, you know, KSI. he does like, you know, if he does like a video, he watches TikTok videos, and you know, if he laughs, he has to give his viewers like 500 quid or something. Do you know what I mean? I want to do something like that where I give back to the. Should do personal appearances, Ty. What do you mean by that? Well, like meet and greets, I would struggle with that. I'd really struggle. I think Lee Wood, the WBA champ, he did a Q&A or meet and greet, and Coogan's only got in there because of those two fucking bimbos. That's the only reason for me to put a photo of Coogan in there. I'm not even putting that up. Should I put it up? I don't know. No, it's a bit disrespectful, isn't it, to Brandon? Stupid. Dumb. I'll put me time out. Fucking hell. If it wasn't for Brendan, I'd be fucking putting me time out, man. I enjoy putting people in time out. It's a nice little hobby. No, I didn't mean to click on that. I meant to click on that one. Tell us about the old lady you killed with a football. No, I was playing football as a kid, and I kicked my ball into her garden, innit? This old woman knocked on the door. There's something in weed that puts me on a good level. I was having a spliff with my mum the other day. She was like, don't get into it. Like, don't get addicted to it like I am. Don't fucking get addicted. KSI. Does he do live streams on Twitch? And if so, for how long? These guys stream for fucking hours, man. So this has been about 2 hours, isn't it? And who cares? It don't matter. I've made a few quid. I've made over £100. Do you think that's good or not? £100 in 2 hours. That's £50 an hour. That's not that good. It's not even £100. What is it? That guy gave me 50 quid, man. That was so good of him, wasn't it? Fucking, you know, you lot just sat there. Don't want to give me a pound, you know. Fucking wasting my electric. I want to delete the video as well, I think. Shit. Good idea, man. Good idea. Good idea, that is.